like the brother Dan said, we don't give our mind a reset to actually think about things. We're working so hard, right? We make bad decisions. We're working so hard, we spend money where it's not supposed to be. We're working so hard, we forget to give time to God, right? You at work because you think, God will understand. I need to pay the bills. God will understand. And you at work now, your coworker talking to you about madness and folly on the Sabbath day. You done got in a car accident on the Sabbath day. you done got robbed on the Sabbath day. You done forgot to bring your food, so now you're paying for food Sabbath day, right? And so you got to cease from your own works, man. And you got to trust God. And even if you get persecuted for keeping the Sabbath day, guess what? Your foremothers and forefathers was persecuted too. This ain't the first captivity you've been in. You ain't special. You ain't you ain't God's chosen special little baby. You know what I'm saying? God's special little anointed. Guess what, man? We all suffering through this. Right? Let's get the next verse. And I'm going through this because I know a lot of Israelites, and I'm at fault for not correcting them when they tell me, they feel comfortable because they feel like I'm a brother. But a lot of Israelites I know, I'm not even just talking about people in the world. It's Israelites out here that make their own excuse not to keep the Sabbath, or to do what they want on the Sabbath, or to go to work on the Sabbath. They make up their own excuses to do their own pleasure, which the Bible keeps telling us in the Old Testament and the New Testament not to do. Well, I just love this career. I know God's telling me to join the military, and they make us do PT on the Sabbath, but I know God has a calling for me to. No, stop, brother. That's you. God wants me to be in the police force. I know they give us shifts on the Saturday, but you have the option to choose not to go to the police force right now. Maybe God's not telling you to do that, brother. Now it's different if you get caught. If you come into the truth and the knowledge in those fields, that's different, right? God, you know what I'm saying? God brought you in that truth. He might need to use you, okay? But if you have the option to pick a job and you know that job has you to work on the Sabbath, do not pick it. If you do, it's because of vanity and you want to do your own thing. Stop making up excuses saying God's leading me to do this. I just know, I know what God says, but nobody knows my relationship with God like me. And I know God for a fact is telling me, no, he's not. That's your heart. It's deceiving you. Let's read this last verse, man. Close up.
Verse 11, let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief.
Hey, so all in all, week, 7 days, and that last day we rest. Just like God created the earth in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. That is a foreshadowing of what's to come. It's telling us our days here are 6 days. But on that seventh day, we get salvation. We get peace from our enemies. We get rest from sin. We get rest from torment and crying and sorrowing. We're working, laboring for the Lord to get that rest at the end. And that weekly Sabbath, it constantly reminds us of the rest that we're going to get in the end. That's the purpose of the Sabbath. It's a weekly reminder that we got to put this work in so we can get to our rest. We got to put this work in so we can get to our rest. But if you lose track of that weekly reminder, you'll get sucked into the oppression and have that woe is me spirit. You'll have that, man, I'm just in the hole, I can't get out. Or you become blessed. You think you're getting blessed because you're doing your own thing and you're rolling with money. And now one sin leads to the next sin. And before you know it, you're doing the unthinkable. And you're saying God understands. Right? You have anything you want to add?
Man. Big advocates for the Sabbath.
Oh man. So with that, man, the gig is up. You can't ask yourself, why is this happening in my life? Why God don't want me to win? Why? But you working on this. You have no skin in the game. You have you got nothing to put on the table. You doing wrong. So you can't question God when God told you in his word over and over. We done went through so many precepts already, right? In his word telling you to keep the Sabbath and you deliberately don't do it. You deliberately do what you want to do. Go to parties, wash your car, get overtime. You got to respect the Sabbath, because if you don't, man, I got another one for you, man. If you don't, right, let's go to Isaiah 58 and 14. And that's what it is, man. A lot of people don't fear God no more. And they take God as a chump, like he's supposed to succumb to us. Like he's supposed to understand us and what we going through. And he's supposed to be compassionate. No, God gave us a commandment. He wants to see who's going to, right? He wants to see who's going to stick it out for him. Right?